So I really don't like complaining about businesses on social media unless I feel like I have no other option. And I feel like this is it. And the only reason I'm doing this is because I feel like this has happened to a million other people and I feel like the business doesn't care. So it's time for them to see how many people have been affected. So recently I went to Valvoline to have my oil changed for my car, and I do a lot of driving. I'm a reseller. I'm driving all over New England to be able to go and pick up stuff. So having it, quick and easy for an oil change is great. I've gone there for years. I've had very few problems in the past. But recently I went to one that's just north of Boston. I won't say the exact area unless Valvoline wants to talk to me directly, and then I'll tell them the name of the area manager I dealt with. I'll tell them whatever they want to know. I just don't want to say it out here because there's no reason to. But I went there on a Friday, got an oil change like I've done many times in the past. Then I drove off and went next day and, didn't really do anything with my car, just sat there. And then on Sunday went, flea market 40 miles away, came back, and as I'm coming back the next day, I look and my car has what's called the Christmas light, where every single light on the dashboard is lit up. So I take it to Honda in the same city as the Valvoline, and they told me, hey, we know what's wrong with your car. Great, what is it? There's no oil in it. Valvoline didn't put oil in my car. Like, you've got one job. You got one job. You put oil in the car, and you just make sure it stays there. So come to find out that the cap was on right, so that wasn't the issue. But Honda took a video, showed me, hey, this is the problem. So I got in touch with Valvoline. A few days later, I get a call from the branch manager who kind of blows me off. And then I get a call from the area manager. And I said to him, hey, you can go to the Honda. I'm giving you permission. Talk to them. The guy's like, yeah, no problem. Goes there, is rude to them, basically tells them that there's a problem with Honda's engine and knows no issue with their oil change. And then when I call to say, hey, what's going on, refuses to admit liability, ends up telling me that they're not going to do anything for me. I have to end up fighting with them through multiple phone calls in order to get a check in the mail to refund the oil change. They wouldn't pay for the rental car that I needed for 2 days in order to fix my vehicle. They wouldn't pay for the new oil change that Honda had to do. If you dealt with this from Valvoline, tag Valvoline, tag them, please tag them, and tell your story. Do a video telling your story of what happened to you at Valvoline. And maybe if there's enough people with enough videos talking about everything that they happened to them at Valvoline, maybe corporate will do something about it. And if corporate at Valvoline wants to get in touch with me personally, it's not hard to do. Happy to talk to you and tell you this full story with all details and names. But for the time being, I just want to make sure this doesn't happen to anybody else.